Denmark is known for its beautiful historical cities, its breathtaking coastlines, and of course the Vikings. But it is also known for its delicious pastries, and I have had a number of them.
I've had spandauers, socials, dream cake, apple skewers, cardamom buns, and many more.
And I didn't even need to go to Denmark. I did go to Denmark, but you don't have to go to Denmark. You can taste a number of these delicious Danish pastries right here in New York City, because they have several Ole and Steens, which is the Lagerhuset. Behind me is the New York branch of Ole and Steen Lagerhuset.
That has delicious pastries. Also, there's a La Cabra, which comes from Aarhus, that also has delicious pastries.
And then they have Smør, which is a Danish bakery where you can also get products like butter and pork. Also, once a year, the Danish Seaman Church, located in Brooklyn, holds their annual Christmas fair. And they sell a selection of pastries, most of them coming from the Copenhagen bakery that is located on Long Island. So I have had a lot of Danish pastries, and they're all delicious. But my girlfriend says, you haven't had the best Danish pastry. I thought, what do you mean? They're all pretty good. No, you haven't had the slipper. My girlfriend grew up in northern Jutland, and she says, this is a great Danish pastry. Now, I've had a lot, and people out there, if you know a great Danish pastry that I have not mentioned or shown, or just want to tell me your favorite, please do so in the comments below.
A few people have mentioned the Sarah Bernhardt pastry and the pastry named after Napoleon's hat.
So, when we went back to Denmark this summer, my girlfriend was on a mission. We had to find one of these elusive slippers so I could try it. And our search started right when we got to the airport. When we landed on the airport, we immediately went to the Ole and Steen at the airport in Copenhagen. In addition to the Ole and Steen, we went to the Ole and Steen in Copenhagen and the one in Aarhus. And while we were in Aarhus, we stopped by the headquarters, La Cabra, which is the goat, which has a satellite store in New York. But there's only really one store in Denmark and one store in New York, so it's hard to say. It's the headquarters, it's the parent store. We also went to this special independent bakery in Aarhus, and we went to Emery's in both Aarhus and Copenhagen. We even tried bakeries in the supermarket, but no slipper. The slipper is proving itself to be the elusive slipper. But just when we thought it was impossible, just when our backs were up against the wall, just when time was running out, just when we were down to our last out. Yes, I am being a little melodramatic about the slipper, but why not? Being melodramatic about a slipper is the perfect thing to be. Being melodramatic about a pastry is the perfect thing to be. Why? Because pastries are a sweet confectionery item. It's not like causes and politics that if you become melodramatic and hyperbolic and fundamental, you remove the possibility for intellectual discourse that can arrive at a situation. But a pastry, which is just like sports. So if you don't like sports, get involved in pastries, because this is the place where you can pour all your irrational and hyperbolic emotion in. Like I said, just when we thought it was over, her father was driving us around northern Jutland, and we came upon an independent bakery. And if you really want to see all the varieties of baked goods in Denmark, car passing, you have to come out to the small towns and their small bakeries. And these people have license to make whatever they want, and they do. And this is the place where we found the elusive slipper. This is the slipper, which is a northern Jutland delicacy, and I'm telling you, I cannot wait to try it. Let me just give you a tip. This bakery is in Cebu, and it's been around for a while. and as you can tell, they have a variety of delicious baked goods. And if there ever was a bakery that was going to have the elusive slipper, this bakery was going to, because it had an enormous variety of items. And it had leftover things from New Year's Eve, frozen things from New Year's Eve. So this bakery catered to the whims and the mercurial delights of a pastry fanatic. So if they were going to have it, this would be the place. And yes, lo and behold, there was the slipper. It was like the search for the Holy Grail was over. We had found the elusive slipper. So we bought one. And then it was time to eat the slipper. Here we go, the notorious slipper, a North Jutland delicacy.
Get a good bite out of it.
Yes, I'm going to get a good bite. It's pretty darn good. It is not as sinister as I thought it would be. It's just a good pastry. And that's why, if you get a chance to try something like the slipper, you should do so. See? That's what happens when you make such a mythic statement about something and go on such a quest, a crusade, if you will, for something. In the end, your mind will have built this thing up to be, would have to be, the greatest pastry ever. The Babe Ruth of pastries. The Babe Ruth, the Pele, the Mozart, the Bach, the Beatles of pastry, all rolled into one. So that when you have it, of course, that's going to be your response. Because it just goes to show you that what you dream, when you finally see it in reality, is never quite matching up to what you hyped it as. Thank you kindly.